just started up the BMW, bro. Hold on, let me let this thing just sort of idle down, you know what I mean? I'm super hyped up because today we are talking about how this $400 purchase completely changed the way my BMW drives. There are some downsides, so let's jump into it today. Let's go. All right, so the thing we talking about today is the xHP transmission tune, bro. It is so amazing on this car, and I gotta tell you guys a little bit about it because I've ridden with this for a while now, and I think I'm ready to give you guys a full-on review, my thoughts about it, the positives, the negatives, all the things about it. So, you already know we gotta start off with getting a little pull going. Now, for my pulls, typically, I like to be over in sport mode and at least in sport mode, but I like to be up in Sport Plus for the whole car to get that full effect of what things are looking like. And let me show you guys sort of what that feels like. I'm gonna pull up here. I'm gonna get a little launch going real quick. Hopefully we can do this real quick. You guys wanna see what a launch looks like in this thing? Brake, gas. Whoa! Shoot! Oh! Sheesh! Sheesh! This thing is boogieing, bro. Hold on. This thing boogies right now. Hold on. Let me get my composure right. That's the first launch I've done in this thing with the new tire setup, bro. This thing just gripped and it was gone, bro. If you guys don't know, your boy is rocking a Stage 2 BMW with the B58 engine. I got a 440i Gran Coupe, right? So I got rear doors, rear seats, all the good echelons like that. But we got intake on this thing. We got full on exhaust, catless downpipe. This thing is loaded up, full bolt-ons, ready to go. Only thing it's missing is ethanol and a high pressure fuel pump. Other than that, that's what I'm rocking with right now. That's the setup. So let's jump into the xHP. I don't want to jump too much and talk about some of those details. I just want to show you guys a little bit of like what the launch looks like. Then I want you guys to sort of see what does a second to third shift sort of look like. So right now, I've dropped down to third. Now I'm in the second gear right now. Oh. That thing just pulled like butter, bro. Transmission tune has completely shifted the way that this car feels. All right, let's start from the top and work our way down. I like to cruise around in sport mode, and so that's where I put it. All right, so first off, who should buy xHP, right? Like, who is this for? Really, when I talk about xHP and the transmission tunes for the cars, this could be for people who have a daily driver, right? It's really for the people who like a spirited drive when they're cruising around, or if you're really into performance, right? Those things are going to cover all of those pieces, but then drag racers as well are really going to be looking forward to going xHP tune on their car. Bro, I just realized you guys were a little crooked. That pull actually changed my camera and almost knocked it completely off. That's crazy. Hopefully this is a little bit better for you guys to see me. Oh my God, you guys hear that? Oh, the shifts are just so beautiful in this thing. All right, let me jump into it. Some questions I always get, right? If I got a stock car, will I notice any difference? Yes, you definitely will notice a difference, especially when it comes to the shifting and the way that the car feels. When you start adding more performance parts, the impact gets even greater, right? So just expect yourself leveling up. You learn a new move, the car has learned a new move. Transmission tune has just pretty much taken everything that I've done to the car so far and made it that much better. I hope that made sense for you guys. Now, beforehand, I did a video and I really showed the impacts of before I was on transmission tune and when I was after, right? And I'll put that video up there. I'll link it up there for you guys to check that out. That's really getting draggy times and seeing what it did to my quarter mile times. Brought them down quite a bit. The shifts really make a difference, and you notice this every single day. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. Reviewing just the installation process and what that's like, right? First thing, you're gonna need an adapter. Let me show you guys the one I'm rocking with. Right here, I use an MHD universal adapter. This is my baby. I plug this in when I'm trying to tune the car, but I also plug it in when I'm trying to tune the transmission. This is what you need, right? Second thing, you got to download the app, right? You need the xHP app. So that way you can link it up to your adapter, and that way you can flash it. I think I have a whole video on this talking about that process. I'll make sure that that's up there for you guys to check it out. After that, you're gonna flash the car. This is a super easy process, but if you have a battery that's really low, you're gonna wanna make sure you have a battery charger hooked up to the car. Last thing you need is for the car to die when you're flashing the transmission. This is how you brick your ECUs, things like that. So if you're not confident about the health of your battery, make sure you got a battery charger hooked up onto the car while you're flashing the car. So all in all, installation process, super easy. If you tuned your car before, it's a walk in the park for you. If you've never tuned your car before, there's plenty of videos, and maybe if you check out my other video, it'll show you guys exactly how to do it in the easiest way to get it done. All right, so really stock versus xHP, and what does that feel like, right? When I go back down into comfort mode and I keep it in regular drive, the car is just nice and subtle as I cruise along, right? And it shifts nice. It does everything that I needed to do. It's really comfortable feeling, and it takes like the factory stock shift points and just enhances them quite a bit. Before, it felt like it was really like it took a while to shift, right? If I'm driving and just holding it and then it shifts, right? This one is always making sure that I'm in the power band, so I'm always getting maximum performance, whatever gear I'm in, but it's not overbearing, especially when I'm in comfort mode. Like right now, you can hear it. It's chill on the inside. Now I'm gonna go into sport mode, right? If I'm in sport mode and I'm going, it's going to hold out that gear just a bit longer to keep me in that power band without shifting it, right? But it downshifts so fast. Watch this. You guys see how fast that downshifted? It went from 7 to 5th, super fast, put the foot down, and it's ready to move out, right? And that's in sport mode that I've just shifted it into. Sport Plus takes this to a whole nother level, and this thing boogies. It gets down at that point. So right now, I just put it in Sport Plus mode. And as you guys can tell, I'm barely on the gas, right? This thing is really wanting to move out for me and get me going to where I want to go, right? But the downshifts are what makes this so sweet. I'm gonna press the gas and I'm gonna show you with my hand. Right? Instant, bro. Instant is actually crazy what they've done with these transmission tunes. Car just reacts to it and it just wants to go. It wants to go at that point. Now, if I compare this back to stock, right, in Sport and Sport Plus mode, the car didn't react as fast as it's doing right now, right? Those shift times are so much faster. The shifts between gears are really, you couldn't even snap in the time that it's shifting into the next gear. This is what I feel like an M feels like, but I've never driven an M, right? But I have driven the C8, and this is shifting like the C8s feel. Fast, instant, keeping you in that power band. There's no lag in between the gear shifts. It's just, it's like a little person is inside your transmission and just taking your next gear and just pushing it in, forcing it in, going into the next gear, going into the next gear. Thanks that little guy into my transmission. You're doing an awesome job. One thing I want to talk about is just paddle shifting response times. It's fast, right? Look at this. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. It's instant. I'm hitting those gears, it's doing what I wanted to do. Shift back down, third gear. And I've noticed that like the downshifts now have a little bit more pops and bangs happening, but it's like the good pops and bangs. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. Like it's not just like this overbearing thing where it's just like, it's like, boof, you know what I mean? But the car wants to do it. It's like just getting rid of that excess, but it's nice, it's subtle, and it's doing what I wanted to do. This thing feels pretty top tier at this point. Now, inside the app, there are some hidden features, right? And those hidden features allow you to do things like torque reduction. This allows you to make sure you're not sending so much torque to the transmission in those first couple gears and such, so that way it can protect the transmission, protect different things of your drivetrain, so that way your car doesn't have an issue, right? Without putting all the power instantly. You can set these tweaks in the system from the app. Things like making sure you can only see your gear that you're in up here, whether you're in drive or sport mode. That was something that I actually shifted on my car. I really wanted to know what gear I'm in at all times so I could sort of know where power bands are, things like that. Like right now I'm going up a slight hill. I'm in 6th gear in Sport Plus mode. I mean, I'm in the power band, bro. I'm just going up. It's not a problem. Look, it's not a problem. Easily going up. it feels amazing just to know that the car has your back when it's doing something you want it to do. All right, there's other settings that you could shift inside of the app as well. You could have shift maps that are custom, right? You have someone that knows how to tune a car, or you just want to tweak it slightly. I didn't touch any of these, but you can adjust your shift maps so you can have it shift exactly how you want it to shift. There's all types of custom settings in there. You can really get in there, goof around, and make it shift and perform the way you want it to perform. It's really cool to see that. Line pressure, things like that. Like, there are people who make high horsepower, have stock transmissions. They increase the line pressure so the car can actually handle what it's doing for you. And they also have multiple stages, right? So they have stage 1 at xHP, they have stage 2, and then they have stage 3, right? I've tried stage 3 before. That is aggressive. I do not need that every day when I'm driving around. But if you're going to be racing, you might want stage 3. You might want stage 3. Every 10th counts. You might want to put it in that gear. But your car may suffer a bit, right? That stage 3 is an aggressive tune, like I said. That means more wear and tear eventually. All right, let's talk about, is it safe, right? Is this something you should be doing on your car? Is it reliable? What is that thoughts on that, right? Reliability, jinx, knock on wood. I don't have any issues with reliability to my transmission of my car. The car has been running stout ever since I got it. These things are really nice. This transmission tune, I have no issues with it, and I've been running stage 2. Besides that one little stint where I tried stage 3, just wanted to see what kind of more performance gains I can get out of it. It's been phenomenal, and I can't wait to get this thing onto like Watkins Glen to see how it performs around the track, because I would love to see the improvements of that as a result of this transmission tune, right? Just keeping you in that power band all the time. Now you might be asking yourself, if I were to tune my transmission, would that void my warranty? It depends, right? It could potentially void your warranty. And the reason that is because they're going to be able to go ahead and scan your ECU and TCU and see that it's been flashed. They can tell if you tuned these cars, right? These cars have gotten so advanced now, right, that they can actually tell if it's been tuned and how many times it's been tuned, how many times the car's been flashed, all of these different pieces, right? Even if you flash it back to stock, they can tell. All right, now I really want to talk about driving, right? That day-to-day, what is that like? There's really 4 types of driving really that I want to talk about. First thing, stop and go traffic. What is this car like, right? Let me stop. Let me slow down here. I'm going to stop. And I'll show you guys sort of what it shifts like. And I'm in Sport Plus mode. What does that seem like, right? One thing is I've noticed if I'm next to other cars, if I'm just going at a normal pace, foot down on the gas like normal, I'm getting ahead of cars in traffic because the car is shifting so quicker than their cars are shifting. Well, let me show you. Bro, I'm in 5th gear right now. What did that take? Not that long, right? And I'm just cruising and I can enjoy the ride, things like that. Now, Sport Plus is going to be a little bit more aggressive than Sport or Comfort, but you really notice that difference when you're driving. When you're able to just move forward, get out of the way of people, things like that. It makes it that much more enjoyable to drive because you feel like your car isn't holding up traffic anymore, right? And it's not like it was really doing that beforehand. Like, we know cars that are like that. This isn't one of those. Now, I'm on this little back road here, and as far as spirited driving goes, I'm gonna put it over in Sport. So you guys can see, like, it feels so good. And that's the second type of driving, is that spirited driving, to just be able to throw this thing around, slow down, because it's going to shift down fast for you, and then take off again. It's so nice. It is such a pleasure to drive at this point. I couldn't ask for much more out of this tune and the mods that this car has on it right now. Now, the third type of driving is really highway driving. Now, I'm cruising right now at about 55. What does it feel like? It's amazing. You're sitting here, you're cruising along, and right now I'm in 5th gear because I'm in Sport Plus, and the car is expecting me to be getting on it. But normally when I'm cruising around, I'm in Sport, right? And so I'm in 5th gear. Let's see if it shifts up for me, because it's expecting me to be cruising at this speed for a while. It's really just holding it here in 5th gear for me right now. Now, say I got to pass the car that's on my right. I'm going to press on the gas a bit more, and I'm going to pass someone. And now I'm already going 72. It feels so much better because it knows what it wants you to do, or it knows what you want it to do, and it's going to just get you there, right? So that's the best part. So it seems like stop and go driving has been improved, spirited driving is improved, and then also highway driving is improved. Last but not least is city driving, right? Now, city driving That's really that stop and go traffic for the most part, but you may have some times where you may be going at a constant pace, or you gotta ride really, really slow, right? When I'm driving really, really slow, I tend to like to be in like comfort or sport mode rather than sport plus, because the car wants to hold you in that first gear for much longer. It's just not as enjoyable. And let me see if I can sort of mimic that for you. I'll see if I can mimic this for you. So if I'm in like first gear, and it's not really too bad right now, but I know when I'm going up like the parking garage, it's like it's staying in that gear much longer than I would like it to, and it's just really loud inside of the parking garage. That's also because I got exhaust, all these other things, so your mileage may vary there. All right, let's talk about some of the downsides, right? I told you guys all the positivity things. What about some of the downsides, the cons? What does that look like, right? All right, the first thing I got to start off with, number one, has to be cost, right? You got the adapter. If you don't have the adapter because you never tuned your car, you got to go buy the adapter, right? So you're buying this from MHD or whoever you're purchasing it from. You got to spend money on that. Then you got to spend money for the tune, right? And like I said, it's about $400. Then you got to flash your car. Now, when you're flashing your car, like I said, if your battery isn't the greatest, you may need to get a battery charger, right? So now you spend money on the battery charger. It could cost a lot more. So I like to stack things like this with other things that I have going on, like tune on my car. Perfect. I already have the battery charger. Don't have to worry about those things. I already had the adapter because I tuned my car before. Didn't have to worry about those things. This is just things you want to sort of plan out. If you think your build is going to go to this far where you want to actually tune the transmission, you want to make sure that you're planning things out. Like obviously, if you got the MHD tune, then you got the MHD adapter, which that MHD adapter works with the transmission tune, right? So all of those different pieces, just think that through as you're working through that. Cost is going to be the big first thing. And number two, I mean, stage 3 is pretty aggressive, right? Like, I like stage 2. I feel like stage 2 is that nice medium point, but that stage 3 is very aggressive. I'm not sure if other cars have such an aggressive tune for stage 3, but it is up there as far as aggressive. You're not gonna run that every day, but they do actually give you a warning if you adjust to stage 3, if I'm not mistaken, where it says, you know, this could cause premature wear as a result of that. It's up to you if you really want to try your luck at one of those. Stage 2 just is where I settled at. Now, who would I recommend this for? I'm going to recommend this especially to people who like to go fast. You race, you spirited driving, you're going to take it to the track. You want a better daily driver with just some of those perks that I talked about, where you want to sort of modify it a little bit. I'm recommending it for you. The people I wouldn't recommend it for is if you want a car, you want to drive it stock, you don't want to worry about your warranty getting voided, things like that. I would stay away from the transmission tune for you, right? This isn't for everybody. It's for the performance enthusiasts. And that's why it's aimed towards performance enthusiasts. Now, one thing I want to talk about in Sport Plus, what I've noticed, and I'm going to try to see if I can be quiet here, is when I go to slow down, let me see if I can wind the window down so you can hear the exhaust. Like, check this out. It sounds so good coming down to 0. And then as I start to go back up, those shifts are infatuation, right? I'm infatuated with those shifts. They sound so good. But I love when you slow down and you get that slight little bow, boof. It feels so good, so nice. And yeah, this is what you pay for. You know what I mean? You pay for your car to have a bit more performance. Now, I'm sure you guys probably already expected it by now if you watched my first review, but I was a huge fan of this, and at one point it actually, I feel like it saved my life. I was going to get into a car crash at one point in time because the car started hydroplaning. I tapped the gas a couple times, kicked the rear end out, came back into place, right? It reminded me of when I used to drive a lot of rear-wheel drive cars, but this car was able to actually do and be very expected. Like, it was very, like very predictable, because I knew what the car was going to do because it was so instant, right? When you have that little bit of lag in there, it makes it so it's not so predictable because you're waiting for the car to catch up and the transmission to do what you want it to do. That's where accidents come into play. You guys tell me, would you spend $400 on a transmission tune? Anyways, it's your boy Chevy signing out. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Peace.
Yeah, okay. What's up? I've been on a paper chase for months. I've been on a marathon for months. All in all, I can't just get enough, I know.